Welcome to Fusionverse, a show where we talk about anime, TV shows, movies, and games. And today we are talking about the DC crossover, the shows with the most. And this was probably one of the most impactful crossovers I have seen from DC yet. The DC shows just coming out strong. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about this crossover. I didn't really know anything about this crossover. Didn't look at teasers. I just seeing things from the actors talking about the crossover, seeing actors who were going to be in it, but nothing else. And I have to say, they did an absolutely astounding job involving all these characters. If you don't know, well, it involved Supergirl, her sister, of course. It involved characters as well from Arrow, Oliver, and Felicity that were there, as well as, the new Black Canary, Dinah, Wild Dog. It involved also Mr. Terrific, which is so freaking awesome to see them in this as well. It also involved DC's Legends of Tomorrow, which I just had a blast with and was just simply incredible. It was a lot of fun to see this, as well as very emotional. I will say this: by the end of the crossover, like the finale, just the end of it, I actually teared up. I cried. Now, if you haven't seen it, you need to watch it right now. I will say it's important to watch, to make sure that you've watched Supergirl, Arrow, The Flash, and DC's Legends of Tomorrow. I can't say too much, but it's just important so that you understand who the characters are and exactly what is transpiring in this event. Now, if you haven't seen it, go watch it, because I'm gonna be just filled with spoilers. Well, I'm just gonna be talking about it, just the impact and just how far they've come. If you remember, the first crossover they did was when they was with the Flash, when it was Barry Allen against Arrow, and when they did that against the Green Arrow, when they did that event, the Flash's just crossover was honestly probably one of the best that I've seen, because they were pit against one another. However, in the second, I guess, continuation of the crossover, it was pretty weak. There wasn't that much to it. It was this intensity of, hey, like torture going on with Oliver Queen, but at the same time, it lacked something. Captain Boomerang was there, which in that event he wasn't all that great. It was interesting considering that he was another person who came from Spartacus, and it was just it wasn't that great, of a crossover episode that they had. It really lacked substance, and it was really, and that part was kind of disappointing. But after that, they kind of progressed, and they went in a just improved direction, where they introduced the Legends of Tomorrow, and this huge epic crossover, where it was basically, they introduced Hawkgirl, Hawkman in this another amazing crossover, which I honestly did feel like there was maybe something else lacking, but the introduction of Savage, holy crap, was that amazing. It was amazing to see him, as well as the continuation of it in Legends of Tomorrow. But like I said, there was still, some things where it's like you wanted things to be a little different. And as it progressed, the next crossover after that was with Supergirl, where they introduced her, and they had to face these aliens, and there was this whole thing with Barry with the timeline, and there's so much drama within it. But at the same time, you were just kind of like, okay, like, how is this one going to be? Is this going to be better than the other? And it was actually really interesting, because Oliver kind of took hold and took charge of everything, even though Barry was kind of supposed to be, I guess, in charge of gathering up everyone. But at the end of the day, they didn't couldn't really trust him. And during this whole crossover, you got to see all these different aspects of all these characters trying to work together, which was honestly very interesting because you didn't really get to see that before. So all these new characters being introduced, which was a lot of fun. DC's Legends of Tomorrow, and the transition from it kind of varied uh, from, I guess, from show to show. However, this one, Crisis on, I could believe, Earth X, holy crap, was it amazing! The transitions from show to show, it was just a constant. It wasn't as though like, oh yeah, hey, I'm watching this specific show. It's this, it's that. No, there was a legit, it just felt like a movie, and it just kept going and carrying on over to the next one. And this, if you don't know, well, of course, if you're watching this, and you've probably seen it already. The whole Nazi aspect of these characters from Earth X was really just. It was really interesting to see the direction that they took with this, and just the impact that it had on their world, and kind of coming into Earth One, and they just the whole concept, especially because there's Nazis now. There's Nazis. There's white supremacists now in this world that we live in, and I feel like it kind of hit home where it's like, yeah, there's these there's Nazis. They're still around. They pretty much hate all these different types of people based on the color of their skin, who they love, and just they really captured like just this imprisonment, this internment camp that they show, and you see, like people are just trying to survive, and you see kind of like heroes who are heroes actually be villains in Earth X, and that was a very interesting turn of events. When I saw it, I was like, "Holy crap, this is crazy! Like, how are they going to do this?" I'm like, the shots they must have done with these with these actors. Holy crap, to play doubles and kind of fighting one another. That must have been just super intense shooting. Because if you don't know, it's like literally shooting someone like me here, and then shooting someone else there. But yeah, it was something that was just simply astonishing. I couldn't believe what they did with these characters, and later you find just how emotional it gets, because there's just this feeling between all these characters, especially with Gray and Jackson, where it's been kind of building up. If you've been watching Legends of Tomorrow, this is emotional where Gray's kind of like he wants to retire. He wants to kind of just stop being Firestorm because he wants to spend time with his daughter, with his wife, with his, I believe, his granddaughter, and he wants this, but Jackson doesn't. He wants to keep going. He doesn't believe that he could just help if he's just human or just by himself, and it's super intense just to see these individuals go through the emotions. And honestly, when you see Gray, Professor Gray, just get shot, my heart just like dropped. I'm like, I gulped. I was like, what the hell just happened? Like, are you kidding me? What? Did I just, like, no way. Like, he's gonna survive. And he's doing this to just to flip the switch, and he gets shot again. And then later, he's bleeding out. And, like, you see that there's blood. This happened. It's just super emotional, intense scene. And when they take him to the Wave Rider and they're trying to help him, there's nothing they can do. And the only reason he's still alive is because Jackson is basically his life support. But if he doesn't let him go, he's gonna get killed. And that to me was when Jackson even tells him, like, no, like they have this other connection when they talk about before, where he's like, he sees him as his father. He never had a father. And he sees Gray as his father. As this guy was just not only, he's not gonna be there for him, but though is that like now he's losing him. this emotional connection, and it just freaking hit me. I was like, holy crap, wow. I freaking teared up, man. Oh, it just hits you because you see like the passion in these actors. You believe, you feel what these characters are feeling, and I absolutely loved it, and just was heartbroken to see him go because Jax gives them the antidote to cure them of their powers, and so he could pass away to save Jackson's life. And he takes it. It's just, it hits everyone. It just hits like everyone who was connected to Gray. It hits them in a way. It's just like that's just shocking. And then when Jackson has to go tell Gray's wife and his daughter, and they just break down. It's just like they're just together, and then like the whole funeral. Wow, it was very emotional. Honestly, this is probably the best crossover I've seen today, and I can only imagine it's gonna get better and better. And I just hope we just keep getting more of these. This is truly an amazing thing, and hopefully, Warner Brothers Television, Warner Brothers film industry, they can kind of grasp their minds around what it is that they need to do. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Visit my Patreon. For more videos, click there. And yes, this DC Entertainment, you guys are doing such an amazing job with these characters. TV shows, oh my god. Thank you so much. I love these characters since I was a kid, and to see them now just play live action, it's a dream come true. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time on another episode. Take care. Bye.